approve which way they want to do it. If they want to go the Patelli route, which now we find out is actually 700 million. Well, we knew it was 700 million towards the end of the last episode, but 700 million versus the Lions, even though they have the 750. The issue is that Cookie gives them the letter, and Eddie also put a clause in there that, if Cookie gives him the money instead, he'll look the other way. She didn't do that, so now he's not going to look the other way. But her envelope had 0. She's not selling Empire because she refuses to go and allow someone like Eddie to get the better of them. To get the drop on them. And Lucius is pissed. When they get home, Lucius is pissed. Cookie says, I'm not letting the family be separated. We can start over. We're survivors. I'm not going to allow... This is the Lion family, is Empire. We are the true reason why Empire is what it is today. So we can do that again somewhere else. I'm thinking, it'll be kind of different. You tried that before. But that's not the important part. The important part is Lucius is hurt. One, he's hurt because Empire, his baby, his 4th official baby. 2, and very important, extremely important. Now all of a sudden, Lucius and Cookie are making real decisions together, and so Lucius was hurt. He was hurt that Cookie went behind his back and made such a critical choice. And I thought, dang, the fact that Lucius is right, it just boggles my mind. It really does. Well, then we see Lucius. He's playing, and he's having visions of everything that has happened, all the struggles that him and Cookie's had, the issues that he's had with Empire and the board. And so he finally decides to let it go. He decides to let it go. Eddie is looking at, that almost statue, if you will, circular statue of Lucius's face, and it's being torn down. And he had this weird feeling of this weird look, I should say, of sense of accomplishment slash because I really do think that he had love for Lucius. I really do. And I feel like pride and jealousy and envy got in the way of that. But Cookie and Lucius, they're outside of Empire. Apparently it's snowing. Cookie, like I said, she doesn't care. She's just glad to have Lucius, and she generally feels like he's putting her first and putting the focus on her and the family first. They'll do whatever they need to do. They're definitely not going to let Empire just stay in the hands of thieves. Definitely not doing that. But I'm glad that they're united. That's all that we ever really wanted. Really, really. Jamal goes to visit Tori, but it's too late. She had a seizure, and then she had a heart attack, and she died. She died. So that's it. Bye-bye, Tori. I said, oh, I don't have an emotional attachment, so peace out. Cookie runs over to Jamal, and Jamal's packing, so I knew he wanted to get out of town. Jamal's issue was that he can't escape his family. He can't escape his family, and that's the biggest dilemma of all. He loves his family, but he needs to find his own identity. He doesn't want to lose himself, possibly doesn't want to relapse. But Cookie doesn't want him going anywhere because that's his... Imagine this. That she got out of jail, what, maybe a couple of years ago max, as far as the show's concerned, and now lose the company, but to keep the families together. But now Jamal's going. Oh no, she was like, I can't lose my baby. I can't. I felt it. I felt it when he was like, I love you, but I have to go. I felt it when she said, no, no. But she had to let him go. She genuinely wants her family to be happy and stable. So this is what she's going to have to do to ensure that that's the case. Season 5, I expect big things for Season 5 because I like how it left off. I really like how Season 4 left off. We're not done yet. Anika is gloating in the fact that Empire is hers because she's the CEO. Giselle is just like, look, you got it? You got it? You sure? You sure? I see Andre in the corner of my eye looking at Anika. I'm thinking, uh-oh. So Andre essentially tells Anika, I'm done. Congratulations. Your smarts, your wit, your intuition, it's what got you here. And so at this point, I'm tired. I don't want to fight with you. I don't want to fight with anyone. I just want to be happy. I just want us to be at peace. I just want to have a truce. He goes and get the glasses. I said, Andre, are you about to roofie her? Because there is no way. My mind is diabolical and nefarious. So I already knew that there was some foolery. Andre, again, he's drinking, even though I'm thinking, Andre, you should be drinking all of this with the medication. And then we saw this weird name. What was it? Pompamelon or something. I'm thinking, are they doing the rebrand of Empire? But no, when Anika was doing her speech, she still called it Empire. Anika was happy. She was alarmed at first and she wanted to get security, but she just wants a truce, and in her mind everything is panning out. So she finally takes that drink. I'm thinking, okay, Anika, okay. Now Cookie's mom has a conversation with her, letting her know that Cookie, that high yellow man is going to be the end of you. He's going to be the end of you. I mean, why are you tying yourself down to Old Yeller? Old Yeller? Really? You called Lucius Old Yeller. But she doesn't want her daughter to give up everything that she worked hard to keep and maintain and helped build because of a man. Lucius turns around the corner like, hey. And that's when the mom leaves. Cookie apologizes, but Lucius said, no, don't worry about it. And then he gets down on one knee. And Cookie's in another world, so she's trying to figure out, wait, what are you doing? What are you doing? You trying to adjust the leg or something? Look at Cookie, no, he's trying to ask you to marry you. And he said, yeah, love of my life. I want to start over. I want to start over being married to you. And so Cookie's just like, wait, but this is a lot. We have to be on the same accord. I want to be your equal. I just wanted to. I'm thinking, didn't we have this conversation 2 episodes ago? Didn't we? Or even last week? But Cookie was playing with him. Of course, she accepted, and that look, that smile on her face, it was genuine happiness. She was happy. Lucius said, let's just go to Justice of the Peace and get this squared away. Because at first I thought he was doing this because he was actually going to turn himself in. But I said that wouldn't have made sense. Blake and Hakeem are chum buddy. And Tiana comes to the door, is let in, and then tells Hakeem that a lot's been going on. And I'm pregnant and I haven't slept with anyone except for you, so you's the daddy. I'm thinking, Blake would have been me if I was there. That timing was perfect when he had that look up. What? But Hakeem's happy because we know Hakeem loves him some Tiana. Hakeem loves him some Tiana, and the fact that she's pregnant with his child, and after him have to fight to keep his firstborn. Oh, this is great. This is perfect. Thinking this is wrapped up too neatly, too perfect. Back at this new press release for Empire, and Anika gloating about being the CEO. She has to take questions. So instantly I noticed there were these blonde white women that were similar height to Rhonda. I'm thinking, oh, let the hallucinations begin. I know in the perfect world it would have been something where Rhonda was actually alive and just in hiding. I mean, I would have died if that was the case. Because it said, oh, that will explain why we didn't have a funeral. But that's not it. What we see instead is we see Rhonda, but Anika's hallucinating because these questions are triggering things for her. And the psychiatric drugs that Andre gave her that were originally his. I said, Andre, you did learn something from the Dubois, didn't you? I'm proud. So every time a blonde white woman stood up and asked Anika a question, Rhonda was right behind her. It's just like, look, Anika, why don't you explain about the pushing me down the stairs to kill me? And now her mind is racing. Her mind is racing and she can't answer the questions. So she needs a break. She needs a moment. And she's still hallucinating. Next thing we know, she's right by this glass, what do you call it? This glass, I guess, barrier. Because she was on the upper level, and she sees Rhonda again, but Rhonda's eyes are bloodshot. They're bloodshot, which symbolizes the look, I'm back. Hello, ladies and gents. Romie Reviews here. Please like, comment, subscribe. This is, you know, when sometimes shows just give you what you want and you're just satisfied. It almost doesn't matter what else happened. That's what Empire did for me for this season 4 finale. So this is season 4, episode 18, The Empire on, was it Unpossess'd, whatever. It starts off with it continuing, and we like continuation. We like consistency, where Eddie and Giselle are still in Lucius and Cookie's house. And Eddie, he wants Empire for himself, and he's pissed at Lucius. He feels like after all the stuff that I did for for him not to get his kudos. Lucius is looking at Eddie thinking, you're the type of black person that, because the success, or at least the level of success, didn't happen to you, then you don't want it for anyone else. And I can see that. I can see Eddie being jealous. He's the good black. He's the nice black. He's the black that smiles all the time. He's the black that the white people like. He's the personable black. He's Andre. It almost feels like I'm looking at Andre. If Andre wasn't Lucius's son, it's weird. And so at one point they get into a minor tizzy. Lucius is pissed, so he smacks Eddie. He gives him the pimp smack, which I'm glad I saw that. I'm glad that happened. I'm enthused. And then he tried to go and stab Eddie. I'm thinking, Lucius? Cookie caught him though, and Eddie had a gun. But Eddie didn't look like he was ready to shoot anyone. I'm thinking, Eddie, Lucius should have been shot. There shouldn't have been a question. Self-defense. You know how to play this. I'm glad he didn't do it. Now Thirsty has to be on the case. Now Thirsty's trying to figure out Lucius, what type of angle we're going to play, because there's only two options. Either Lucius goes and lets Eddie get Empire, or he turns himself in. And we don't want that. We don't want that. Andre's there, but no one's coming up with ideas. Because they're screwed. One way or the other, they're screwed. Hakeem is having fun in the studio with Blake. I'm looking at this like, I don't care. Like, this is silly. This almost felt like a filler just because we need some background music. Next off, we see Jamal. He's listening to Tori sing. I said, okay, Tori, this whole depressed thing, I'm tired of it. And maybe I shouldn't have said that. Tori talks to Jamal, and she's not happy. She's not happy with the fact that Jamal went public, even though she thought she could have had a moment to herself. And that's when I fully realized she doesn't want fame. She just cares about music. She just wants to enjoy it. She wants to have some money, but she doesn't care about fame. And the fame is too much for her. That extra added pressure is too much for her. But she goes along to get along. She'll meet Jamal at Leviticus a little bit later. Cookie told Lucius that there may be an option, and I thought to myself, there's only one option, and it's Anika. So Cookie goes and meets with Anika and essentially tries to convince her that, why would you go and still be under the control of a man, i.e. Eddie, when we can go and give you your own record label imprint, your own everything, you'll run it. You'll have funding. You'll be fine. Anika looked at her and said, so this is the same woman that took my life away from me, took my livelihood, took her man, and you expect me to go and believe you? And I said, you know what? Oh, God, Anika, she gets on my nerves, but she has a good point. She has a good point, and she looks good. So we always feel a certain way when someone's mean, but they look good. It's just human nature. It's human nature. Now, Jamal and Cookie's pissed because what can she say? I feel like Anika tried this thing on Cookie and it didn't work. Yeah, I've been watching the show since the beginning. Keep up. Now, Jamal, he's at Leviticus trying to figure out oh Lord, where's this girl? As in Tori. So he calls her and it's a huge problem. He hears her phone in the room that they were supposed to meet in. He sees that, oh, she's knocked out and we see the pills. So then he brings her to this hospital, this treatment center, and she wakes up and she's like, man, was this just all a dream? And she said, no. Again, this is where Tori acknowledges the fact that she doesn't want to be famous. She doesn't want to be famous. It's too much added pressure. She just wishes she could be nobody. And Jamal, I feel like they were talking to other people, especially people who do have addiction issues. When Jamal was saying, look, I understand that, but you can't go and like either try to kill yourself or try to do self-harm or self-medicate, i.e. just drugs, illegal drugs, prescription drugs, because that's no way to go. There's other ways to do that. The only problem is Jamal Lion. And because he's Jamal Lion, he can't necessarily escape that. There was this weird moment with Lucius and Cookie's mama. Oh, Lucius wanted to go and have a one-on-one with Cookie's mama. Cookie's mama doesn't like Lucius because Cookie's mama feels like she did all those years for this man, and yes, this company is beautiful. And notice how she said, oh yes, all these pictures of you. I know what she was getting at. This is supposed to be about my daughter, because she even said, her daughter got herself a pretty man, and a vain man, and a man who seems to be all about self. And he says, look, I care about your daughter. That's who I care about. That's who I love the most. Now, but it was sly when Lucius said, because Cookie's mother said, well, I'm her mother. He said, well, you weren't her mother all the time. Now, were you? I'm thinking, you need to end this. You need to end this. You need to end this. So they stop for now. Now, Lucius is really contemplating just turning himself over. Cookie doesn't want to do that because Cookie feels like after all of this troubles and tribulations that she's done, why are we going to hold on to this company when she just wants to hold on to her family? That's what she cares about the most. That's all she really, truly cares about. Thirsty comes in with Andre, and Lucius wants to talk to Andre. And this is the moment we've all been waiting for. Because Andre, first off, why are you giving Andre alcohol? Isn't he on medication? I'll never understand that. That stuff messes with the calibration. It's a fact. But we're going to move forward. Fine, this is Lucius. And Lucius, he has a heart for once, because Andre said, you know what, because of the trying to blow you up, do all that stuff. Mind you, we haven't seen Lucius's fake leg ever since then. But I digress. Lucius finally tells Andre, I love you, I'm proud of you, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry that you're actually the most like me out of all of my kids. You are just like me. All the stuff that you've done, that drive, that passion, that fire that I put in you, and yet I muzzled you essentially. And it's true, Lucius polished Andre up, put him in the best of schools around a lot of hoity-toity people, especially white people, so that he can assimilate and do what needs to be done on the business side, be clean. But that's not Andre at his core. It's not, and it never was. And so Andre's been trying and scraping just to be seen, and now Lucius sees him, and he even hugs him and says, I love you. You need to be here. Because, Andre, like I said, Andre's willing to go to jail. He loves his father so much. But Lucius tells him that can't happen because your mother can't take that, and I'm not doing that to her. And I appreciate Lucius being accountable. This is new. This is new, and it feels real for once. It feels real for once. Next day, they're having food, and some information that wasn't originally, provided, shared, is now being exposed. They still haven't found a better alternative than Lucius turning himself in or selling the company. And Jamal is unaware of the fact that Lucius did aid in the killing of Shine. He set it up. Because Jamal made it seem like, oh, Eddie's crazy. Why would he go and insinuate that you killed Shine? I'm thinking, oh, Jamal, you special, aren't you? You're just a little special, aren't you? Why would Eddie? Because he did that. He did it. He did it. That's why. He did it. He did it. And Jamal and Hakeem had that look of, Hakeem's pissed because, I forgot about this. Hakeem's upset while Lucius was painting his colors and painting the sky and the air. Shine was there for him. I'm thinking, Hakeem, if you don't shut your narrow butt up. And Lucius I felt the acting in this episode because, not from everyone necessarily, but for overall the main cast, absolutely. I felt the acting because when Lucius looked at Hakeem, when Hakeem got upset, Lucius had that look of, boy, Dwight's gone. Dwight is gone. Don't test me today. So then Hakeem sits his narrow butt down, and like I said, Lucius acknowledges at this point. Well, Cookie, of course, she loves her man. And I loved when she stood up to Eddie and Giselle when they're at the house. Because she's like, oh, get your narrow butt out of here. You doing this and that. No, you're not coming at us. I said, that's right, Cookie. Because Cookie also did the same thing here where she said, look, your father did what he needed to do. Shine was an enemy. Shine was a snake. He was going to kill us one way or the other. He was going to get us one way or the other. Now it's the board meeting where the board gets to act calm as a bee. And Anika can't take it. So she goes, turns around, and she runs right into the glass thing, breaks it, flips over. I'm thinking, oh my God. There's bottles of champagne and champagne glasses. And she falls on the table with that. So at first I thought, oh Lord, she's still alive. But no, I saw the red. I saw the red. I saw the red and she died. She died for real. She's really dead. Becky I said, look at Becky still trying to keep her job. Because it was white. Anika better be dead. Hold on. I need to make sure she's actually dead though. Yeah, because her eyes stayed open, so it was really her blood. Andre have that look of, bygones be bygones, huh? I'm proud of you, Andre. I don't care what it says. You had to do what needed to be done. You did it. You did it. I'm happy for you. I surely am happy for you. Lucius and Cookie, they're saying their vows. Jamal, it looked like he went to London or something. And he heard some kid singing his songs. This was like, oh Lord, is he going to reinvent himself there? Andre went right back to church because he needs a re-up. Ain't no mountain high enough. Ain't no mountain high enough is playing in the background. While Blake's father surprises Blake. He has a shotgun. And because Tiana had baby Bella and Hakeem, and they were going to a car, Blake's father comes out of nowhere. The screen goes blank, and Blake was in front of them, but there were 3 shots. So we know someone died. We just don't know who or how many people. So I said, oh, that's how we're ending it? Okay. Interesting enough, there's a lot of mess that we're going to come back to. Cool. So that's it. Let me know what you think of this season. This season was definitely better. We're going back in the right direction. Please like, comment, subscribe. Oh, what do you think is going to happen next season? Do you think Blake is the only one who died? Because I definitely think he died. But do you think Hakeem is now going to be hurt as well? Are all of the Lion brothers going to be marked in some way, shape, or form? Stay tuned.